Yeah, what it is. So before we start, I just want to start off by first saying that there's absolutely no gore, violence, substances, hate speech, or anything else of the nature during the commission of this video. And if you don't know, this is your man's reporting to you live from the back of the classroom, Petty Murphy, aka MAGA Boy, doing what I do best, and that is the world's most illustrious propaganda pimping. If anything you see during the course of this video resonates, by all means, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Yeah, what's cracking? Yeah, y'all already know what it is. It's your man's Petty Murphy, aka MAGA Man, doing what I do best. That's the world's most illustrious propaganda pimping, right? So we're gonna get straight down to business. I'm gonna pick up from where I left off earlier. You know, earlier I was talking about what happens after the election, right? So now I want to talk about a few other things. Let me see. I got a list. All right, let's talk about the contract, right? Because we know after this election, we'll be running up and getting ready for the next contract negotiations, right? Now, as you know, we have what they call like CAs or contract arbitrators, right? Now, if you don't know, or maybe you do know, if you work at my institution, then you know that our CA is, I believe it's Miguel, right? So this is how CA works, right? Normally they either, at some point they were a delegate or an organizer. But a CA is not an elected spot. It's someone that is chosen or selected and then basically promoted to that spot, right? But here's the hook about a CA, your contract arbitrators, right? They're on a two-tier salary system. Now, how this works is the people that go in there every 2 years and negotiate our contracts on our behalf are paid. Half of their salary is paid by $11.99, and the other half of their salary is paid by the institution or NYU. So now my question is this. The person that is going to fight for your contract is getting paid by the institution which they're negotiating against on your behalf. Now, am I the only one that finds a problem with that? That sounds like a conflict of interest to me. But nobody ever talks about that. Nobody ever brings it up. Allegedly, of course, reporting to you live from the back of the classroom, all purely scripted satire, because you know this is part of my grievance series, the $11.99 skirt / NYU grievance process, right? So it's all scripted satire. But can somebody please explain to me why our contract negotiators, or I'm sorry, contract arbitrators, get half of their salary from the institution in which they're supposed to be negotiating for on our benefit? So now that begs the answer, right? Why is it that nurses, they get about an 8% raise every year, right? But the people that are on the foundation, the grassroots, the ones that make the institutions go around, we get what? 2.5%, 3%? Well, let me put you onto a little game, right? In New York City, your yearly cost of living increase is about 3.5%, we'll say 3.48% is what the annual cost of living increase is. But your raise is 2.5%, 3%, when they're feeling, as they want to say, nice, make you feel like they're doing some work. They'll be like, oh, well, this year it's 5%. But if every year the annual cost of living increase is 3.5%, and you're not even giving us a raise to match the rate of the cost of living. So that means that you're not even getting a wage increase. Now the nurses, they're getting that 8%. So they're getting that 3.48 or that 3.5%. And then on top of that, they're getting another basically 5%, which is their actual promotion or their wage, their yearly increase in their wage. We're barely getting even cost of living wage. And your contract arbitrators, hang gal, are the ones that are getting paid by the institution to sit in there and act like they don't know that they fucking you over. And then your union dues pay the other half of their salary. Like, they don't know they're going in that room acting like they're going to war just to fuck you over. Then your union dues and political action funds pay for them to go up and down the East Coast where they got a 4,000 backlog on grievances, wasting your money just to fuck you over. Y'all tired of getting bent over and grabbing ankles yet? Because I'm fed up. Campo Santos, Goodwin, Gray, Miguel, the likes. We see you. And listen, I'm not the only one. Because where the fuck do you think I'm getting all this information from? Right? And you say, all for one, one for all. Well, guess what? All these all for ones is coming together, and we coming to a for all. And we're not gonna stop until shit changes, because we fed the fuck up. You wasting our money, you taking the union dues, your fringe benefits. Ain't that right, Campo Santos? You can pay that car note, but you're not doing your damn jobs. And then to add insult to injury, you send people in there who have absolutely no business being in the contract negotiations. Ask your current contract arbitrators what they did before they did that. I bet you one of them probably works somewhere in the kitchen or cleaning toilets. Not that anything's wrong with that, by no means. But I'm sorry, you have no business sitting across the table from a lawyer or someone that is licensed to arbitrate contracts, and all you did before that was building services or worked in the kitchen. Where's your experience to handle these things? Do you even understand the verbiage that is being used? Because you know, when you go into the contracts, that is all legal terminology, legalese. And it's not in Webster's English, it's in Black's English, for those that don't know. But we need to start asking these questions, because we are voting for these individuals that we don't know what they know or what they don't know, because there's no way of holding them accountable. Because the union doesn't keep track of any of that for us to know how many cases they've won, as I've said before, or have they actually arbitrating any contracts that have actually helped them. Like, what have they done to help themselves, the people around them, or the union as a whole? Except for telling us somebody's stealing, which I've already shown you the Democrats will not investigate. Why? Because they greasing their palms with our union dues, just like they just did for Kamala. And that's why nobody's going to investigate. But that's why I'm petitioning to get them fucking books open. So yeah, just a little something to think about, a little something to munch on. And I got a few more things to talk about, but I ain't want to drag this out. So yeah, man, y'all remember, real eyes, real eyes, real eyes. Transparency forces accountability. And we just got to keep these damn demons in check. Y'all be safe out there, man. Keep your eyes to the stars and keep that head on the swivel. No. Hey. Capos. Y'all can keep recording my video. It doesn't matter. Because you know what? If anybody searches any of y'all names, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, the truth is out there and all the receipts are there for everybody to see. What?